Gonzalez drives to the left block. In underneath the McCauley layup, good. Rice maintains the dribble. Gonzalez on him. Back to man-to-man. Out of Southern. There's Rice driving left of the lane. He fires up a runner. Banks it in. Basket counts. As far as degree of difficulty is concerned, he's probably number one in the ACC. Flips it on an alley-oop, jammed in by McCauley, and he's fouled late by Corey Raji. To DeGan, left side to Fells, rises for three, good!
Tom Brady, Joe Montana, Deion Sanders. These are names we know and love about the game of football. Hi, I'm Joel Aaron. And have you ever stopped to wonder, what if we knew as much about citizenship in America as we do about the game of football? Well, let me tell you a story about one of our founders, Benjamin Franklin. In 1787, he walked out of Constitution Hall in Philadelphia. A woman stopped Mr. Franklin and asked him, "What have you accomplished today here, sir?" He replied, "Madam, a republic, if you can keep it." That was a challenge in 1787, and it's still a challenge today. But if you stop to think about it, so often we use the wrong rules for the game of life. It's as if we live in a republic team mindset and we play with the rules of a democracy. And that is like playing football with basketball rules.
The story of the All-American Citizen team goes back nearly 4 millennia of history on human relational understanding. Way back to 1780 BC with the Code of Hammurabi. Hammurabi's code was in Mesopotamia where it was first developed. It was 282 laws that were in his document that constituted the world's first civil laws. It was a code that deciphered and put together history's earliest tenets about human relational understanding. That code was developed on until in 1215 AD, the Magna Carta Liberatum was called for by the English subjects. The full name of the Magna Carta, the Great Charter of Freedoms, was enforced on King John, not by him. It was to ensure certain freedoms of his subjects, mostly the lower nobility and the barons. It was the first time in human history when the power of a supreme monarch was challenged by the people themselves, and the people themselves won out in the discussion. In 1517, the thesis of Martin Luther came about. And what the thesis of Martin Luther was responding to were all of the atrocities that had been perpetrated in the name of organized religion, the Roman Catholic Church, for the better part of a century through the Inquisition. The violence that was dealt on society in the name of religion. And it was largely because the populace did not have access, in this case, to the very documents that the church was using to justify their actions. Martin Luther's 95 Theses, which he nailed to the front door of the church, were a major part of the liberation of the people by allowing access to those documents. Well, history continued, and the history of monarchs and rulers went from one to the next until in 1776, our American Declaration of Independence was formed by 56 delegates within the American colonies. For the first time in history, a people voluntarily claimed their independence from their former monarch in order to place their own dependence on the Almighty, divine providence. This was a people that expressed no class, but considered themselves a team of equals. Then, after a bloody Revolutionary War in 1787, our Constitution was put together and signed by the 39 founders working as representative delegates on the team of the Constitutional Convention. We the People of the United States. It was the first document where the people, in principle, spoke with one voice. The government was generated by the people, not imposed by a monarch or under tyranny or anarchy. The people did this. In 1972, a resolution of 56 senators and 180 representatives took the founders' promise of a self-governing sovereign people to the next level with the launch of Our Republic Walk. And in 1996, a Resolution 529, was put forth by Casey Cagle in the Georgia Senate to make Our Republic Walk and the All-American Citizen Team, a goal promoted by the Georgia General Assembly. It took a little over a decade from there to develop the Republic teamwork principles that you're about to see.